All right. Gentlelady from California for 5 minutes, Ms. Harman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Sullivan, I applaud you for taking full responsibility for this incident. It's not an easy thing to do, but you haven't flinched. And you're right that, as you said, quote, in our line of work, we can't afford even one mistake, unquote. As you can see, everyone on this committee on a bipartisan basis views this as a security issue. Hopefully none of us cares whether Us Weekly is covering it. We care whether the life of our president, high-level officials from our country and from India and others were protected at last week's event, and we care very much going forward whether there are lessons learned. I think that ought to be clear. Certainly that's what I care about. I focused in 8 terms of Congress on security issues. That's my passion. That's what I do. I chair the Intelligence Subcommittee of this committee, and on numerous occasions I've been briefed by you on threats to the President of the United States and what the Secret Service is doing about them, and I've been to your headquarters to see firsthand what you do, and I want to thank you and the people who work for you for your service. And again, I want to thank you for taking responsibility, full responsibility for this incident. My questions are about what will we do going forward? What will we do differently? All of us remember the so-called purple tunnel of doom at the inauguration. That was, I thought, a demonstration of poor crowd control by your agency and other agencies at a large outdoor event. That's not the same as this event, but it causes me to ask some questions. I think that entering the White House should not be like shopping at a big box retailer the day after Thanksgiving. I'm sure you agree. Going forward, tens of thousands of people are going to be at the White House in December looking at the Christmas decorations and attending a number of receptions. We're all going Monday night with guests, and we have submitted the Social Security numbers and the date of birth of those guests, and we know that they're being vetted and think they should be. So my question is, should we have a better business model here for large crowds and smaller crowds? I attended recently the Bruce Springsteen concert in Washington. It was quite wonderful. Just want you all to know. Some of you may have gone. But it was also a very smooth security experience. Tickets were received well in advance. They were printed on high-tech tamper-proof paper. They came with barcodes that were quickly scanned for authenticity. There were no lines, there was no confusion, and there was no security problem. I am not suggesting that Christmas at the White House is a Bruce Springsteen concert, but I am suggesting that there may be more modern techniques for screening people who are trying to enter the White House building. And let me finally suggest, too, that as this committee knows, layered security always works better. Ms. Sanchez and I have collaborated for years on port security, and that's what we have put in place. And so in that regard, I very much applaud her comments about the Social Secretary's office. A Social Secretary participation in screening people adds to layered security, and I sure hope those lessons have been learned. So my question to you is, do we have the right security model here? Are there things that you can improve immediately with respect to screening people who will come to the White House next month? And are there things that this committee, either legislatively or informally, should be working on to make your job more effective?
Thank you. I agree with you. One of the things we do is we're continually looking at our methods and our procedures. That's not just because of this event. We do that continually. We are continually looking at how technology can help us out, X-ray machines, other types of technology. We have a technology working group, which is not just our organization, but it is other, federal organizations, the academia. We're dealing with all of those people up there in a partnership to see if we can come up with the best methodology to expedite people through and to make sure that we do it in a way that is going to be non-intrusive and make sure that it's very efficient. I would say that in this particular case, again, I don't think any level of technology, I don't think any level of funding is the reason for why this happened. I mean, pure and simple, this is a human error. We could have had the best technology. We could have had all the funding that we'd ever want. but this still would not have prevented this from happening. If people don't follow the established guidelines, something like this is going to happen. As I said before, we put 1.2 million people through the White House over this past year, and all those people were put through without an incident because we did follow procedure. So I do agree with you that we need to continually look at technology and whatever methodologies are out there to ensure that we get people in as safely as we can. I do think that that didn't matter in this particular situation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.